different role this pre-season, Todd. You expected and excited about playing defence?
Yeah, different role, different pre-season. Sort of Kari come to me just after my injury last year, and we had just a general chat around roles and stuff for this year. And I think coming back from a long-term injury, I was quite open to switching it up, and we sort of outlined what it looks like and how we can make it work. So he sort of gave me a couple of months to sit on it while I was doing my rehab, and we sort of had a bit more of a serious chat just after the season in terms of what he needs when I come back. And when I got back here for the pre-season, I was pretty comfortable with where I was, and it's been a bit different, learning a few new roles and a bit more defence, but loving it at the moment.
What do you have to, I guess from your perspective, what do you have to kind of get over in your mind, around the role,
Obviously, it's a big mindset shift. Sort of as a forward, you can dictate how you want to play and set yourself up, where you want to set up. Where as a backman, you're a bit different. You're dictated to by your forward a little bit more. Your positioning from stoppage and stuff's a little bit different. So, learning that as quick as I can and as much as I can has been probably important. And we sort of had a few match plays the last probably 3 or 4 weeks where I'm not getting everything perfect, but I feel like I'm learning, and that's just the most important thing at the moment.
What was the pitch for you? What did Kari think might be good for you by doing that and good for the team?
We sort of touched on getting a bit more ball use down there and a bit more offense, and it feels like my contest is strong enough to sort of stand up against some key forwards. So they're probably the two main things, sort of getting a bigger body down there that can hopefully use the ball and be a part of the offence and get our ball going forward.
Had it ever been floated before, or were you a bit taken back when it comes to
not with Kenny. No, it wasn't ever floated. But I wasn't taken back. I think, like I said, I was injured. I was sort of trying to be around the boys as much as I could, and Kari sort of said work with a leader and a Sava, so it sort of gave me something to do throughout my rehab in terms of watching a bit of vision with them, and when I'm up in the box watching the games, sort of watch how they work and stuff like that. So it kept my mind busy throughout the year, and we landed on sort of locking it in for the pre-season.
What's been the hardest action for you?
Like I said, I feel like as a forward I put a lot of work into setting myself up with my positioning and sort of how I want to lead, how I want to get the footy, where I want to get the footy and stuff like that. I think the main thing I've learned so far is you sort of got to be switched on the whole time. You can't ball watch at any stage. It's probably a little bit more of positioning and helping your other key defenders a bit more than as a key forward. So, but I feel like the last couple of weeks it's been pretty strong, doing a bit of match sim and sort of seeing how it works throughout a bit of a game. So, it's been good.
Is there a possibility that you might switch back to forward this year, or is it just completely locked in on defence?
Haven't had a chat around that. We'll see how we go, I guess. But for the most part, I've been told it's as a backman for the rest of the year, which is good to sort of have that clarity and can really lock in on it. And once games start going, can sort of see where my strengths lie, what my weaknesses are, what I can work on. So we'll just see how the year pans out.
It's never a good time to have a really serious injury, but it sort of felt like even though you were on the inactive list last season, sort of building back right at the end of the season. How tough was that to sort of, as everyone goes away for off-season, you adjust in that area where you can really sort of step up the track?
It was a little bit frustrating, to be honest. I think, I was probably going to be hit and miss to get any games in, so that's why we went with the long-term injury list choice. But I was sort of full training for the last 2 or 3 weeks, which most of the boys are probably really sore by that stage of the year, and I was probably the freshest guy out there at some stages, which was a bit interesting. But sort of getting 2 or 3 weeks under my belt and getting a bit of confidence in the Achilles before we went away, and then coming back, sort of, I feel like it helped me come back and not worry about the Achilles as much, sort of be able to help me with my new role. And I feel like those couple of weeks back into the season, although it was frustrating that I was probably ready to play and couldn't play, it probably worked out well in the end.
What about the focus on the Achilles, the concussion stuff? How have you sort of approached that? I think that was the one you had in the semi-final against Hawthorn. How challenging has it been, and what have you done to hopefully move past that?
So that was the last game I played, that semi-final. So post that we did a fair bit of stuff. I went to saw a neurologist in Melbourne. Did a fair bit of testing there, and we've done our own testing with the doctors and physios. So I feel like the year off gave me some really good clarity on where I stand, and some coming back into the preseason this year, I feel really confident in contests, and it hasn't been on my mind at all.
Were there any moments that when you were having those meetings with the neurologist that you were concerned that your career might be at a crossroads?
No, there wasn't, to be honest. I feel like with my concussions, they're I guess simple in the way that I do rebound pretty well from them. I get the symptoms for a couple of days, and then I sort of can get back within that time frame. So I don't have any lingering symptoms, which is a positive. And I guess coming back from training, getting a few head knocks in the last couple of weeks, it's been good just to be able to work through them and get confidence out of knowing I can be in a strong contest and not have to worry about it.
Because it's 523 days since that semi-final. I know it's a practice match on Friday night, but assuming you're playing, is there excitement? Is there anticipation? How are you feeling about actually going out there and playing proper footy aside from these intra-club matches?
To be honest, I was actually quite nervous for the intra-club last week. Like I said, we've done a fair bit of match simulation over the last probably month. There's nothing like a real game. So, coming up against some opposition this week is exciting, but I'm sure, I try and play it cool, but I'm sure game day I'll probably get really nervous again. And we're sort of leaning into that nerves. It's pretty exciting just to be back out there, to be honest.
Standing on the Taylor Walker or a Riley Hill, thought that'd be a bit of a surreal experience for you.
Yeah, a little bit different. They got a quality four-line Adelaide, so it's not like we're coming up against no names. So it'll be a great challenge for me if I do get to play on them. I feel like I can learn a lot from this practice match to stand us into the West Coast practice match and then into round one, hopefully.
So much change at the club over the off season. What's the feeling like amongst the squad in terms of looking to the season?
I think it's real excitement. Obviously, got a new backs coach for myself, Luke Webster, who's come in and really been strong on how he wants us to play. Obviously, every line's got a new coach, which have been working really hard on our game plan and stuff. So, training's been a little bit different, everything's been a little bit different, which I think is exciting. Hopefully we can go into the season with some real confidence and get off to a good start.
You talk about confidence with coming back from concussion. I hear a lot of players compare it to like when you come back for a knee or something, you just like you sort of second guess your knee or your head or whatever. How do you build that confidence without playing?
Yeah, it was a little bit tough last year not playing. Sort of a few boys were asking around the concussions and how I felt about it, and it was a bit hard to sort of answer without sort of being out on the ground. So like I said, I've had a few big contests, obviously playing as a key position. So I feel like as many contests as I can be in where nothing comes of it will just hold me in good stead for the next contest. And like I said, I feel really confident going into every game now, which is good.
Is there any increased risk in you continuing to play given you had a few of them?
Nah, like I said, I think the testing went really well after the last time I played. You didn't give any guidelines or anything on it. So sort of just need Mitch to stop taking speckies on me, and there's no fear around it.
So they didn't say let's say we suffered one more or two more or anything like that, you have to reassess stuff?
No, they didn't. It's pretty clear that my results are pretty good. Like I said, no lingering effects from them. So just keep my head out of the way at the moment.
As much as your bread and butter is going to be the defence, you mentioned a little bit of trying to help on offence, but was that part of the conversation with Curry? Obviously, you're a pretty good field kick. You're kind of back down there as well, but do you envisage you taking kick-ins at times, and just talk about also trying to be attacking in that role as well as defensive?
Yeah, that was part of it. We got some really strong key defenders down there, which contest is probably their one wood where they're probably not involved in the offence as much. Like you said, we've got some really good half backs in Connor and Faz and Stinney and Jonesy, where if they get the ball, they can sort of break the line and get our offence going. So the idea was to get down there, use my foot skills, use my smarts, and hopefully set up some plays for us. But I feel like the main thing at the moment is just getting the contest right, getting some defence right, and keep learning as much as that, because I feel like the offence stuff will just come naturally when I'm a part of it.
You've spoken to Kenny since
I've seen him a couple of times. Yeah, he was in here for the 36ers before Chrissy, and sat down, had a chat around playing backline and the role and stuff. So keep in contact, and keen to see him in the media. It'll be good fun.
How much size did he put on? I guess we kind of last year you have spent much of a week in the gym. How much size did he put on?
I'm not sure exactly. I've put on, I'm over 100 at the moment, so not sure if I'm allowed to tell people that with all the weight stuff. But it's pretty rare to sort of get that opportunity to really attack the gym. I was in a moon boot for 12 weeks, so there wasn't much else to do, and we set up a pretty strong program in terms of upper body strength and really attacking that, which has been good. And I wasn't sure how I was going to sort of relay that back into my game, but I feel like going out and being in aerial contests and stuff, it can definitely feel the difference. So I feel like it'll hold me in good stead for the rest of the season.